Did it? Oh, it did. I was about to say, child, I don't even know if it had went live. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. I don't even want to move it, child, because as soon as I move it, it's going to about almost fall down. Great. Oh, Lord. Come on, windshield wipers. Great morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What y'all was doing? I hope y'all are doing well and that today is going fantastic for you. Hold on, let me make a note because I'm beating forgot. Don't leave your girl around me because I'm a flirt. Y'all just started to say, oh, because I saw that card. What else? Okay, beauty. Great morning, y'all. Y'all come in. Like the live, share the love. Great morning, great morning, great morning, great morning. Happy Friday, y'all. It is Friday, right? Let me just, I don't know why. Yes, okay, it is Friday. Great morning. How are y'all doing this morning? Welcome to this morning's message. I hope y'all are feeling good. Divinely grateful, rising, let me see, Biddy Boots. Is that Biddy Booty? I don't know, honey. One. Good morning. Y'all come in, like the live, share the love. Drop something in the chat that you're grateful for this morning, child. I feel like my throat chakra was acting up. Great morning, Chris Curls. Great morning. Y'all, come in. Like the live, share the love. Great morning. Hello, Miss Trillion Dollars, Nim. Great morning, Deanna. Great morning. How is y'all's Friday starting off? I hope y'all come on guarded. I hope y'all are feeling well. What are y'all grateful for this morning? Y'all, child, listen, I'm finna tell them, I'm finna told y'all about yesterday. Thank you for waking up and seeing this Friday. Indeed, Monique, indeed. Great morning. I am so happy and so grateful. It has been a great week for me. It's going to be an even more amazing week coming up. Today's going to be a great and amazing day, and I just know that. And great and amazing things are going to happen for us today. Y'all drop something in the chat you're grateful for this morning. Good morning, DLG. Chris Curl says grateful for Friday going into the weekend. I'm gonna be busy this weekend. I got some orders to fill, so I'm gonna be a little great. I'm gonna be a little busy this weekend, but I am grateful for that. Good morning, Jared. Good morning, Pamela. Great morning. Pamela says, great morning, Touche and the community. I'm grateful for God sustaining me this week and happy Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Today is Friday. It's Friday. It's the end of the week and the last day. I ain't gonna lie. This morning, y'all, I had to take my son to the airport. So I kind of feel like I've been running a little behind because the first hour and a half, I had to change my schedule up a little bit. But I'm grateful. I am grateful for it. Jared says, I'm grateful for knowledge and wisdom. Indeed and amen. Good morning, pretty black nurse. Good morning. Y'all know we on Love and Clarity this morning. And we just go with the flizzo on Love and Clarity this morning. But I will say this, like the Lord was just talking to me about the importance of relationships this morning as I was in prayer and just being grateful for the relationships that you have in your life. I'm so grateful. Me and my children, y'all. Y'all prayed for me, didn't it? I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for y'all's prayers and stuff. Cause let me just tell y'all, I am a believer, okay? And I believe that with y'all prayers and mine, that's what got me up that mountain yesterday. Y'all, I made it all the way to the top of the mountain. We went, okay? We did go hiking like I told y'all I was going to go. It was so funny when I went back and watched, I actually watched the message from yesterday and I was laughing at myself because I was like, what made me think? But I got a story about it. I'm going to talk which we should do a message about it. Yeah, or maybe I won't talk about all of it. But it was like a real life lesson going up that mountain yesterday, y'all. I ain't going to lie. It was a couple times I was like, I ain't going to make it. And it's like a mile and a half up and it's a mile and a half down. Baby, let me tell you, the way my calf muscles is set up right now. Hold on. Uno momento. Y'all thought I was playing. Not. Baby, I don't even know how I'm still walking. Because y'all thought, hold on. I meant it in my spirituals. I ain't going to, look, this ain't nothing illegal. This is real. But I ain't going to show y'all. Mm-hmm. Cause baby, listen, the way my calf muscles and my thigh muscles is set up right now in this moment, y'all. Y'all, it was so hot. It was so hot. My God in heaven. But I made it, okay? I made it up the mountain yesterday. Now, my children, they might have made it up there about 35, 45 minutes before me, but guess what? I got on up that mountain, okay? I had to get them in my spirituals. Y'all had said it, I had forgot. Why y'all didn't say it again? Y'all should have said, say it louder next time. The child, like, say it louder, because y'all wasn't talking loud enough. This wasn't no whispering on that. I need y'all to yell. This time, that was a yell kind of moment, because, baby, listen. But I made it. But we got a message that's coming out of that, but I'm not going to do that till Monday. To Dizzle today, we are going to talk about love and clarity. Okay, we talking about relationship stuff today. Y'all ready? You go with your badass self, child. Listen, I had did it. I did it, y'all. It was a mile and a half up, but it was crazy because so many times I had passed by that mountain, right? In this place called Cows Mountain here in San Diego. It's over like on the east side. But anyway, so many times I done passed by this mountain and I'd have said, you know, I could probably walk up that mountain. And sure enough, me and my children did it yesterday. You know, they got them young lungs. They got them young lungs and them young legs. But I ain't gonna lie, it was a couple people that was encouraging me as I was going up. They was passing me. They passed me going up. And then I went a little further, and then they passed me coming back down, and they was like, "You almost there. You made it. You almost there." So, needless to say, I got on up there. So, but we have a message that is coming um about that on Monday. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on that. But just know I appreciate y'all prayers and stuff. Cause baby, listen, Touche got up that mountain yesterday. So now my daughter talking about we gonna come back once a month. What? I said maybe once. I said I come do it every 6 months because let me told y'all something. It told me about my fitness level. I got to go to the gym, y'all. I got to go to the well, I go to the gym every day, don't it? I'm not let me just tell somebody right now, I don't want to hear your mouth about it either. No, I'm not getting on the treadmill today. I don't care what y'all say. I did enough exercising for yesterday, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. I'm probably not going, it's not gonna be out through all them days. I'm taking today off. You could talk. I don't care what you got to say. You say whatever you want to say about me. What I ain't gonna do is get on that treadmill today. You want the lactic acid is still built up in my calves right now. I don't care what you say. You talk about what I'm gonna do. Get mad then. You get big mad in your spirits. I don't care. You call me whatever you want to. I'm not doing it. Anyway, I'm back listening. I did enough for yesterday and today. Baby, I was, listen, I'm talking about y'all. Y'all would have been so, can we just talk about y'all would have been so proud of my knees? Yeah, I was touche with the good knees yesterday. I was talking to my knees the whole way up. Cause I say, baby, y'all didn't even act up, cut up. They didn't even do nothing, y'all. They did so good. I was like, come on, touche with the good knees. Uh, but my feet, child, listen, I think I done put a hole in my sneakers because now it's dirt coming out my sneakers anyway. I don't just, anyway. I might have to go. I might have to go donate them. I'm gonna have to donate them anyway. I'm back. Love and clarity, but I did get up the mountain. So we'll talk more about that on Monday because it's a whole message that's coming as a result of that. Because it was a life experience. Okay. Y'all, we talking about relationships today. Y'all know we take, if you're new to the community, welcome. We are so happy and so grateful that you are here. Y'all like the live share the love. Don't really have scripture this morning. Ain't, like I said, I had to go drop my son off at the airport this morning. So it's been an early morning, and so I didn't get to get as much of everything that I normally get done this morning because I had to go to the airport. But we finna see what Spirit and them want to talk about insofar as these relationships. Now, I will say this, like I said, um, I'm getting married on the 28th. Congratulations, honey bunny. Congratulations. I'm so grateful for that. I remember, man, had you told me about that before? It seems like I remember you telling me something about this before. Maybe not. Okay. Um, So we finna talk about relationship stuff. We want to talk, and if you new, welcome. Y'all like the live, share, love. Thank y'all. That's what I was getting ready to say. Y'all drop a congrats in the chats. Y'all drop a congrats in the chats for Heather on her engagement, which is something beautiful, right? We kind of touched on it yesterday, started talking about, look, I got plans for you at the bottom of the deck. Engagement, meet. I can't make this up. Look at the first card at the bottom of the deck, y'all. I got plans. Baby, I've been making plans, marriage potential, engagement, meeting the family, love, and happiness. Okay, y'all started singing it too, didn't it? How that song go? How love and happiness go? Love and happiness. That's all I know. Is that the one where the guitar start playing at the beginning? Okay, I'm back. Grateful for this confirmation. I used to hike and wanted to get back to it. You said need as I'm writing, and I had an injury from the past. I miss hiking. I'm gonna do it because there's the confirmation. That was, y'all know, that was my first hike ever in my whole life. That was my first time ever going hiking, and I like I said, I made it, but I'm not gonna tell y'all the rest of it. Just know I made it to the top. Thank y'all for y'all prayers, but it was a good experience. So me and my daughter, we're definitely gonna go back when my son comes back, because he's coming back. When my son comes back, um I think that's something that we'll do. Like, that'll be something that we do. It's crazy, y'all, because we've been in San Diego for so long, but these first 7 years since we've been here in California was really all about healing relationships, healing myself, healing the relationships with my children as well. So this first 7 years of being here, we really did not do anything, y'all. There's so much that we did not do. There's so much that we like, so much of San Diego we didn't see. We stayed very central to just our little area, our little part of the world. And literally now it's like, oh my gosh, there's really a lot to do. So we're going to take the time to start doing. It's almost like just a complete shift and change and being able to explore. Whereas before we were just very sheltered and going through some things. So I'm grateful for that. Okay. All to do it. Let's get to it. Let's see what we talking about this morning. Y'all like the last year, the love. I see y'all strutting over here, child. What y'all was doing? Where y'all was coming from, child? A mess. Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Spirit Man was with me on the whole hike. I had to pray. Somebody started praying for me. Y'all had heard me in the spirituals, didn't it? Y'all had heard me. Cause baby, if I didn't tell the Lord, Daddy, you gonna have to carry me down the rest of it. I meant it, cause and all Spirit and them kept saying was, if you don't walk, you ain't gonna get there. Baby, listen, I don't know. It was nothing but the Lord. I was praying for that kind of strength that He gave Elijah to run in front of the Ahab's chariot. I was like, Dad, I'm gonna need some supernatural strength to get up and get down. Meant it, okay? I meant that in my spirituals. He gave it to me though, because I made it, and it wasn't but the grace of God. It wasn't nothing but His grace that got me up and down. Cause baby, listen, I'll finna be sitting right there. I'd have been still sitting there right now talking about I need to go live. I've been sitting on the top of that mountain. Anyway, I'm back. Here we go. Let's see what's happening this morning, what we need to know about our relationships. Y'all know when we do relationships, we're not over here to bash your exes or you, because you were a reflection of your ex at the time that they were not your ex. And so we're not going to bash ourselves, nor are we going to bash the people who we're dealing with. But guess what? When you know better, you do better. Come on, listen, we're graduating into new relationships, new ways of being. When you know better, you do better. This says learning experience, growing pains. When you know better, you do better. So for some of you, this is your do better season. Drop this in the chat. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better with my relationships. I'm gonna be doing, for some of y'all, they say what I said, like healing, you're doing better with yourself. I feel like they want to talk about how you treat yourself. Yeah, because y'all brought it up on something. Was it a message? Somebody had a message. I don't remember which sign it was, but it's like, this is, I feel like more so than focusing. Okay, why? Yes, why? Which part? Because for some of y'all, what they're, and somebody, I don't remember which zodiac sign had this message this week, but we need to be a little more self-focused. Remember yesterday we started talking about this is my season. Has anybody ever found themselves giving so much to other people and not giving enough to yourself? Right, like we can pour out and like pour out into people, and this is something the Lord was talking to me about this morning as well. Message, we can give so much, but we find it challenging or difficult to do for ourselves. And so good morning, dearest ones, good morning. And so for some of us, this is a lesson that the Lord is having to teach us, because it's like being, you got to learn how to love you unconditionally, but also you got to learn, some of y'all finna have to learn how to be selfish with your energy. Okay. Like you're gonna have to be selfish with your energy. And I don't want this to sound bad, but does anybody in here understand that everybody don't deserve your energy? Everyone doesn't deserve your time. And I think we kind of started touching on this yesterday, but I don't even remember the whole thing at this point, but they're bringing it back up. They was like, yeah, we touched on it yesterday. You gonna have to realize that everybody doesn't deserve you. Can we drop that in the chat? You gonna have to deserve me. You're going to have to deserve me in this season. For some of you, you're getting ready to be a little stingy. You're going to have to learn how to be a little stingy. Okay. It was the Sagittarius message. I know it was for somebody. Like we dropped this in the chat. I remember. Thank y'all. I choose me. Is anybody choosing themselves? Everybody. I mean, it's not even, this is not optional. I choose me. I choose me. What does can let's be okay. So this what we gonna do. I renovated my porch. If you want to knock on my door, you're gonna have to step up. You better say it, okay? Because some of us that energy is down, is closed for spiritual maintenance. Like you better know it. I choose me in this season. Now I'm gonna ask y'all this: what is choosing me? What does choosing you mean? This is an interactive. If you new, welcome. We is interactive over here. What does choosing you mean? I want to see some of y'all's answers this morning. I choose me, learn how to deserve me. What does it mean when you choose you? And then I'll tell y'all, but I'm gonna let them start recognizing that stuff. How you gonna choose yourself? How you gonna choose you? Speaking nicely to myself, of and to myself. Okay, saying no when you want to say no, putting up boundaries. I choose my happiness. I choose me. I receive it. Match my energy or get up from around me. Um, yes. All yes to all of that. Stay away from toxicity, boundaries and hermit mode. Boundaries and hermit mode. For some of you, your boundaries are getting ready to be your best friend. Now, this ain't no judgment on nobody, right? But some of you have struggled with putting up boundaries. Some of you struggle with saying no because you be concerned about how it's going to make other people feel. And in this season, we gonna have to learn to say, well, they gonna have to be all right. Thank you for the roses, honey. They gonna have to be all right. Why? Because this is the thing. Some people, okay, thank y'all. Remember yesterday we touched on like people gonna feel some type of way because yes, the Lord is elevating you and upgrading you and moving you into a new season. And it's gonna be some more folks get mad about your boundaries, but you're gonna have to put them up anyway, because understand that everybody does not deserve access to you in this new season. And when you don't learn how to cut people off, when you don't learn how to put your boundaries up, people will push your boundaries to the point where they'll almost snap sometimes if you don't stand 10 toes down on them. Okay, so I don't know. So again, but why are they talking about this? Remember, this is all about levels to your elevation. It's levels to this. Okay, it's levels to this. So the Lord has been showing me about making like standing firm on your boundaries. You can be flexible, you can be adaptable, but it's some stuff you gonna have to stand on, and you just gonna have to, and that's just gonna be that. Because if you keep going back and forth, then people are going to think that they're going to be able to back and forth you on what they want to see, take you back and forth on. Does that make sense? So as you're getting ready to step into new arenas, you got to know what you stand on, and you got to know what you stand for. Does that make sense? Then so because they're gonna be trying to test your boundaries, and that's what the Lord was talking to me about this more so yesterday. But just like people are going to try to test your boundaries, they're going to try to see just how far they can push you. And remember, we touched on, like, don't let um people pull you out of character. Like, people gonna try to test you and put to see how far they can push you, how much you're willing to take from them. And for some of you, another big part of what you're gonna have to learn is not to even don't even give them energy. Got my cards today. OMG, I'm so happy, so grateful that you got them. We're going to be using those in just a second. I'm so grateful that you got them, dearest one. They don't deserve access. Learning this lesson and cutting off those that don't match my energy. Y'all know I don't even want to match energy. I know we say that, but I'm not even finna match I don't even want you to match my energy. Like, I want you to exceed my energy. Why? Because my energy is up there. Does that make sense? I want you to exceed my energy. That way that forces me to step my game up, because I'm on all positive energy. And so I think about that, and I'd be like, look, I'm on what you on, right? I'm on what you on. And I find myself saying that a lot, but then at the same time, I'm like, I don't even want to be on that, because matching energy, it could have a negative connotation as well. And I'm like, man, I ain't even trying to match that energy. I'm like, you know what? Your energy got to be above mine, because I know I'm radiating. I know that I'm glowing. I know that my energy's positive. And so I'd be like, nah, I don't want to match energy. Your energy needs to exceed mine, because if it exceeds mine, then I know I need to step my game up and keep my energy up and move my energy up to the next level, because we always trying to go up, right? And so that's kind of, so I find myself not saying it as much, or because my thing was like, I'm on what you on, I'm with what you with. But then at the same time, be like, no, because sometimes that might mean I have to take myself down a notch, and I'm not going to do that. And so I'd rather just be like, no, don't match my energy, exceed it. Right? Come on, bars. That was bars. Don't match my energy, exceed it, because I know the type of energy that I'm on. Makes sense? So I hope that resonated with somebody. It's just a different way of looking at things. I want to be around people who exceed my energy, because it makes me step my game up so I can get to the next level that I'm going to. Okay. Starting to perfect my cutoff game when they don't match. Yeah, if you're not on my level, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but you got to know who you are. You got to know what level you vibrating at. You got to know what kind of energy you're attracting. So if you ain't on that, you're not even gonna be able to stay around me very long anyway. Why? This is not arrogance. This is me knowing when you walking in your light, the shadow don't want to be around you. That's just a true story, because it's one. What How do you hear it another way? Your light irritates they demons. Y'all ever heard that? I'm sure you have. Your light irritates they demons. They don't want to be around you. Why? Because your light irritates they demons. And so that means that I'm not gonna stop shining. Again, I'm not going to match their energy. So I hope that made sense. I say your energy got to be at least this high to come along this elevation ride. Period. Okay. So that's the first thing that's coming through for that. Don't try to, because people, well, it is very easy for people to try to take you down to their level if you shining too bright. And remember, we're not diminishing our light at all in this season for anybody, for anything. Okay. We're not doing that. We're always elevating. We keeping our energy up there. Whatever you need to do in order to do that. Okay. Yes. Let's see, mastery. Right. What else? Let's see what's coming in next. hmm That's a true story. So, but for some of you, going back to boundaries, thank y'all. Going back to boundaries, yeah. Some people gonna try to test your gangster, but would you? But would which part? I welcome the challenge. Drop this in the chat. I welcome the challenge. I welcome the challenge. I'm telling you, heal then glow. Out of hermit mode, the glow up is real, self-love and self-care. Okay, I'm back. I welcome the challenge. Because do you realize this is, and I don't, again, they're talking about which part, why? I don't want to spend a lot of time on this either, because this the thing. You cannot control how somebody else steps to you, right? But welcome the challenge, because understand this. It teaches you so many things when you recognize that somebody is trying to test your boundaries. This is going to help with your discernment. This is going to help you know, like, okay, you gonna know who you gonna deal with, why, if you're even going to deal with them. It's going to show you, because this is the thing. We can't do nothing about them, but I welcome that challenge, because it teaches me that I have learned some lessons. Has anybody learned a lesson or two or seven about when dealing with people? When you start, like, at one point, before you go through your healing message, before you go through your healing, before you heal, then look, this card says heal then glow. Heal then glow. So before you go through your healing, you realize you used to be pushed a lot further than you're able to be pushed now. You realize before you went through your healing, people, like, you would diminish your light, and you would let other people shine out. For lack of a better word, outshine you. You would keep your, because you didn't want to, for whatever reason, you didn't want to try to create conflict. But when you heal, and you're now in a more healthy state of being, you gonna learn, it's gonna teach you about people. It's gonna teach you how to deal with people. It's going to teach you not to diminish yourself. And people will say, oh, that you think you all that, you think you this, that, and the third. Is meant it what? Because this is about your self-confidence. And so for some of y'all, come on, God, for some of y'all, with these new places and spaces and people and networks that you're going into, you have to be confident, because those folks are going to be confident that they can knock you down a notch. Does that make sense? They're going to, and it's unfortunate that people feel the need to try to do that. But I don't care where you go, y'all. I don't care where you go. There's always going to be someone who wants to be better than, who wants to try to knock you down a couple of pegs, knock you who going, because you're confident in yourself, and you feel good about yourself. You just showing up. And again, authenticity. Be mindful of that. You can't help people. Now, we all want to be in communities that we don't have to deal with that, but y'all, the world is the world. Like, life is real life. Okay, like, it's real life. And so you have to understand that you gonna have to, this is about learning how to deal with people. So this is why you just need to continue to show up and be who you are, but you have to do that healing first. You have to be confident within yourself first, because then when those people try to come at you, you be like, I welcome this challenge, because I didn't already dealt with people like this before. So it doesn't affect you the same way. It's not gonna trigger you the same way. Why? Because we're healed. Ours is healed now. Okay, as healed now, healed in glow. And yes, this is because the Lord is getting ready to put your glow on display. This is, and people, we talked about it yesterday. Everybody ain't gonna like it, but everybody gonna have to be all right, okay? Because they don't even know how. Is it, maybe it's just me? Do you know how long it took me to get back into the state of confidence that I'm in now? Do you know that is, some of us, we go through these periods where, like, literally a lot, most of us, if you've been in any kind of very toxic relationship or friendship or family dynamic, sometimes you have to, like, literally crawl your way back to your self-esteem. It might have just been me that had to go through that. I had to crawl my way back. How do I know that? Because look at the relation, because I know the types of relationships that I was in. And I was only in those types of relationships because I didn't have the self-esteem. But now that I have it, there'll never be another person who can knock me, who can take it away. When I say never, I mean never. Because why? Because I remember who I was in those relationships, and I was way less than who I am now. I was way less than what I ever will be again in my life. I'll never go back. Drop that in the chat. I'll never go back. But you have, and so for some of you, and some of you, maybe you are going through this now. We're sending you so much love, light, and healing energy because we've all been there. We've all gone through something. We've all dealt with something. We've all been run over, taken advantage of. We done been a El Fulio. We done been a Zipperhead Fred. Ain't nobody in here ever had a perfect relationship where you didn't have, when you look back at it and be like, man, I'll never go back. I allowed friendships that didn't do anything but show me who and whose I am. I'll never go back, y'all. I will never surround myself with those types of people again. I will never put myself, and this is confidence. This ain't got nothing to do. And this is the thing. If somebody think I'm cocky or arrogant because I know my value now. Does anybody, can we drop some diamonds in the chat if you know your value and you know your worth? Because ultimately this ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. It has everything to do with you knowing your value, knowing your worth. And every one of those relationships, all they did was teach you about yourself. All they did was show you just how valuable you are. And when you know that, there'll never be another person who will undervalue again because you know your value, you know your worth. And even if you look at this in the scope of jobs, right? There's some of you, and just true story. If all you ever did was accept $17 an hour jobs, but you know you're more valuable than that. You have the education for it, the credentials for it. One day you're gonna wake up and say, you know what, this job doesn't deserve me. This position doesn't deserve me. I deserve something better than this. And so what do? You go find something that is worthy of you, and you'll never take another job that's beneath you again. So it's the same, whatever, even though this is love and clarity, this is also understanding. You use all of these tactics, all this same mindset in every facet of your life. No, you're not going to undervalue me. And again, they're focusing in on self today, because when you know who you are, when you have your boundaries, when you stand on your authenticity, your confidence, your value, and your worth, people are going to be forced because you're not going to accept anything less. Drop that in the chat. I won't accept less. And when you have that kind of mindset, you won't accept less. This is for some of you, the Lord, come on, remember, I don't know if this was this week. I want to say it was, may have been like on Monday's message or something. Anybody remember I said something about cutting some cords? Somebody didn't cut some cords. For some of you, let me just put it, okay, listen, can you hear me now? I can't make this up. I wouldn't even, they keep pulling from the bottom of the deck, but we receive it. You cut some cords. You ever wanted something? You ever thought you wanted something or someone or a friendship or to be in a community, or you ever thought you wanted something, but you realize that it just was beneath you? And this is no knock on that person, because you don't know why. Like, and then can I just say this for somebody? I told y'all somebody this the other day. I don't know whose message this is, but there could have been someone, and this they're talking about relationships, so I'm just gonna say it. You ever thought you wanted somebody, but but the thing about it is, you, even unbeknownst to, for whatever, I don't want to say, I don't want it to sound bad, but I'm finna just say it. You ever thought you wanted somebody, but somebody, they got so many flags, this just completely just turns you off. Like, they may be good eye candy, or they might look good, but they got an ugly spirit. You ever thought somebody was everything you wanted? And the reason they're bringing this up, because I want somebody to know that you cutting this cord for what you thought you wanted is making room for what you really want. Is it somebody just made room? Message. Somebody just made room. You just made room, and you didn't even recognize that you were making room. You could have been praying for this person. You could have just thought like, this is my person and this is for me. But then you started recognizing, can anybody just, oh, come on, God, this is finna get good. Listen, I felt that in my spirituals. Y'all said it. You ever thought you wanted something, but then you realized you were lowering your standards? You ever thought you wanted somebody, but you recognize you done so much healing that you started to recognize that if this person, if you would have accepted that, you would have been settling. You ever just sat up and thought you really wanted something? You could even been lusting after this person. Let's keep it a buckles over here. Y'all know if you knew, welcome. You thought you wanted something, but then you started, and maybe, and you don't even know how you know it, but all of a sudden it just resonates in your spirit. So you're like, you know what? I would be settling because you finally, it's like something finally clicks for you. Like, man, this person ain't even trying to give me what I said was a requirement because I'm requiring something. Somebody said, we talked about love languages the other day, and somebody, I think it was True Beauty, said something about like, somebody called you clingy, and I was like, we gonna talk more about this on Love and Clarity, right? So here we are on Love and Clarity, and this is me saying, if I want somebody to be clingy, then they gonna have to be clingy. And do you realize that some of you, it be some simple flags. It'd be like simple people. Can I just, who's this message for? Can I just tell somebody right now that what we not gonna do? I'm not finna play this. I was finna cuss a word, wouldn't it? Because I felt it in my spiritual. Y'all could don't calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Y'all could don't get too beside. I know, but y'all know y'all spirit names be getting it. They be able to say what they want to say because we be want some raggedy folks sometimes. They be raggedy. They be raggedy. Why? And I'm not talking about the people near, but they be raggedy. And then all of a sudden, like spirit near will just start opening your eyes, and you be like, OMG, why did I even want this person? Because they like what we not gonna do. I'm not finna chase nobody. We talk about this all the time. And for some of y'all, it's people who ain't giving you half a quarter of what you want. I'm not finna be going back and forth with you about, and you don't, there's no communication. I'm not finna do that. You're not, some of you, let me just say this, keep it a buckles and own your ish, okay? Own your ish. Listen, if somebody is not giving you attention, if somebody is ignoring you, if somebody is not giving you the energy that you want to receive, let them go. Let them go. And they're bringing up communication on this card, right? Can you hear me now? Ignoring your texts and your calls. They get back to you whenever they want to. Baby, we're not doing that in this season. No, because guess what? We're elevating our relationships. Drop that in the chat. I'm elevating my relationships. Elevating. If I'm elevating in all these areas of my life, my relationships got to go too. And that's just that. I'm not gonna, I refuse to elevate and like partially elevate in my life. So if you elevating in your spirit, if you elevating in your money, then the elevation in your relationships has to be a requirement as well, y'all. This is why there's some people that can't go. I was watching this show last night, y'all. Had never seen it before, but it's my new hotness. And it was just crazy because there was this man that's one of the main characters in the show. He had to cut off a friend of his. The friend always getting him in trouble, always getting him jammed up, almost got him arrested. And he went and he talked to his grandmama, and his grandmama was like, she was like, damn him. That's exactly what the grandmama said. She said, damn him. She was like, he's an anchor. Has anybody ever been anchored? Like I'm saying cords. Anybody ever had an anchor? Like there's just someone or something that you just know is holding you down, that is holding you back from elevating. For some of you, what y'all doing? Y'all dropping that anchor right off the side. You like, I'll get a new one. Family can be anchors. Some of you, this is what's happening. Remember, we've been on kind of going down the vein of like tying up loose ends. You starting to recognize what the anchors are in your life, and it's like, baby, what? I'm not gonna be anchored. I've got to set sail. And so for some of you, you're gonna find yourself ignoring calls, ignoring texts. You ever looked at somebody's picture and at one point you remember you used to get all warm and fuzzy in your spirituals, and then all of a sudden now you look at that person and you be like, oh, like where you were overwhelmed, now you're underwhelmed. Like start paying attention to how you start reacting. This is not you, you're not making this up. This is your spiritual showing you like, that ain't it. And for some of you, and even along the vein of like kingdom spouses, if you will, I feel like I'm gonna just be honest, y'all. I believe that when we make ourselves ready for the person that we want, and they'll naturally be attracted to us naturally, right? Even it's jokes, and I laughed about it yesterday, but I'm just a believer that when the right person, but at the same time you got to let go of anchors. For some of you this is energy, come on, anchors up. For some of you this is energy that you may still, unbeknownst to you, but you may still be holding on to old pain, old trauma. You might be mad at them, you still pissed off about what happened in the relationship. This is why we have to heal and then glow. Because if any of your past relationships are still triggering you, you still got some work to do. It's just a true story. If it still triggers you and puts you in your spirituals, when you start thinking about these folks, you still got some work to do. There's nothing wrong with saying that, because when how you know you heal, because you don't care. Like, you don't care, because you can look back on that time and you can understand who you were at that time, which was why you dealt with that person. When you're healed, the stuff you used to do is sometimes it's comical. That's not to say that it don't. You be like, man, what was I thinking? This me. I can look back on relationships now and be like, what was I thinking? Like, girl, what was wrong with you? So for some of you, so this is how you know your healing is really happening. If you still think about this person and you mad or you cussing them out, man, I ain't got a negative word to say about a single man who done been in my life. Not one. I'm so grateful for y'all. Thank y'all. If y'all ever come across my lives, thank you so much for the experience, like we talked about last Friday, right? So, and that's the thing. That's also a level of healing, y'all, because you're not going to have anything negative to say about that person. You won't. Why? Because who were you that made you deal with that person? You can't blame them. They reflected you. So that's why I can't be mad at my exes, because I know who I accepted what they gave. I accepted what they did, because why? I was unhealthy. I was unhealed. I don't have nothing negative to say about any of my exes at all. I'm so grateful for them, because they were catalysts to my healing, to my growth, to me also knowing what I won't accept. I didn't know my value, so I was undervalued. I didn't know my worth, so they didn't treat me as worthy. So you have to be the energy that you want to attract. That's why, and that's how another part of the healing, y'all. And this is any relationship. This doesn't have to just be exes, this could be family. Listen, some of y'all right now, you ain't did nothing to a family member that don't like you. You ain't did nothing to them, but it's a fan for now. This ain't for everybody, but it's for somebody. You ain't did nothing to a family member, and they can't stand your dirty draws, and you don't even know why. You done probably been real good to the family member, and they still don't like you. You don't know why, but guess what? You ain't got time to worry about the healing that they need to do. If sometimes sometimes your family, you got to love them from afar. One of the big, come on, Lord, listen, y'all know one of the biggest things, and I can't say this as everybody family. Do y'all know one of the biggest things I feel like is a cultural problem for us as a people, them? Why people be trying to act like they ain't got dysfunctional families? Why people, I get like people to be portraying, I'm just gonna keep it a buckles. My family dysfunctional, And this the thing, don't nobody want to talk about the dysfunction. So what happens? We keep on being a dysfunctional family because some people don't want to heal. Some people don't want, like, and to me, that's just like the craziest thing. People don't want to talk about the dysfunction, but don't understand why so many families are dysfunctional. It's the same thing that we go through with just anything, y'all. It's like, don't talk about that. Be quiet. So we just holding on to trauma and energy. And it's like, but don't understand why things are not manifesting in our lives, or why we can't break this generational karma off of our family lines, because it's like we holding on to the energy. Like, and I just don't want to be on that type of time. So what I've learned to do is, you can't change how someone else deals with the dysfunctional in the family, but you know what I can do? I can release them with love, light, and healing energy, and let them be dysfunctional over there while I get my confunction together over here. And so some of you, this is how you, and it's unfortunate, y'all, because some of you, as you get older, one thing that I know for sure is a lot of us gravitate to wanting to be more close with family. Does that make sense? When you get a little older, you start to really, like, it's me, like I'll say with my children are grown, so I value so much, y'all, the time that I get to spend with them. Why? Because now they're off doing their own thing, and you don't get to spend as much time. Makes sense? And so, because now everybody living their own life. And it's the same way with your families. Like, yeah, let me just tell you a true story, y'all. My family, first of all, there ain't that many of us left, yes, because most of y'all is in the spirituals. Like, most of my family's in the spirituals, right? Jared said mine is too. So many secrets, and when they come out, everybody acts surprised. But that's the thing, everybody knew. It ain't really no secret. Everybody just told not to talk about it. Everybody just told not to talk about it. Don't talk about that. Don't. People be like, why you telling the family business? Why ain't somebody telling it, so we can heal it and let it go, instead of it being swept up under the rug, so that it doesn't get repeated over and over and over. Sometimes the same secret be repeated over and over and over because don't nobody want to say nothing. That's so much. That's so traumatic. And it's just traumatic. But all of this to say, y'all, for some of you, again, anchors, and they're bringing more family than anything. And again, because some of y'all, I just gotta say it and keep it a buckles, man. Like, your family is anchoring you and is keeping you from manifesting your dreams. So that's why the Lord will point out, like, listen, I know that's your family. I know you love them, and this could be your children. I don't, you put whoever in this situation. Sometimes, if it's your family, you don't have to cut them off forever, but you can't force somebody to do the healing that you've done. And that's what they want to point out. You cannot force someone else to do the healing that you've done, which means that there's always going to be a difference in the relationship, because one person is healing and one person is not. You can't force healing on anyone, just like no one could force healing on you. But sometimes that's why you just have to acknowledge something and just be like, okay, listen, I've done everything that I can, but I'm just gonna have to leave this relationship where it's at, and pray that it can improve. Pray, but guess what? You cannot change that person. I could give an example of this, but just understand, I'm not, and this is me, because I wasn't even putting myself in this, but you can't change that person. And so for some of y'all, that's the anchor that's holding you down. You're trying to force a relationship that the other person is not interested or invested in. Does that make sense? And so I don't know who needs that message. And it doesn't mean it don't hurt your feelings or make you, you know what I'm saying, feel some type of way, but we can't continue to hold that baggage either. We got to make room. We got to make room. So what will happen? The Lord will start bringing in, The Lord will make you shift your perspective, and you'll be surprised. The Lord will bring someone in who has, let's say it's a father. Let's use the father figure. Hey, dearest one, welcome, honey one, and y'all welcome Jay to the community. Welcome all the new people, Nim. And we are so happy and so grateful that you are here. Let's use a father figure. So you can, first of all, y'all know my stance on this. Y'all know my stance. If it's a father figure, you got to love me the way the Lord loved me. If it's a man, you got to love me the way the Lord loves me. This is why daddy, the Lord, okay, is the best father figure, because he will show you the way a father is supposed to treat you. Period. If you're a woman, he will show you the way a man is supposed to treat you. And if you ain't gonna treat me like as good as my daddy treat me, you ain't the one. You ain't the one. He will. So for some of you, like I'll use me as an example. I was never really treated like a princess. You see on TV, people be like they little princess, and they treat the little girl so well, and they just like so amazing to them. Has anybody? And I used to want that so bad, but I never received that. I didn't receive that until I found the Lord, and then He started treating me that way. He gives me what I want. He disciplines me when necessary. He loves me unconditionally. But I had to know what that was. First of all, to love myself that way. And this is what, of course, what Jesus teaches us, right? When we love ourselves, that when we know the way God loves us, you know how to love you, and everybody else gonna have to love you that way. And I'm not gonna say it's gonna be one, because no one can ever love you the way the Lord does. We know that. But you better try to come real close. So for some of y'all, that's something that the Lord is trying to, it's like you understanding the love of the Lord. Because when you know that, then you know how other people are supposed to treat you. I hope that made sense for somebody. Okay, what else? Yes, some of y'all, didn't we talk about boundaries? This says arguments, ignoring texts and calls, blocked arguments, not the one. Trying to told y'all, we finna get one more, then we gonna clarify it. Y'all like the lie, share the love. This finna get good, y'all. Let's see what else is happening. What's the last one, y'all? Baby, because listen, because for some of you, I'm telling you, this is that last little bit of energy that you finna clean up so that you can move on. You can move on. Oh, baby, you got what I need. Just a friend. Okay. Here's the next card that is coming out. Just a friend. Running interference. That's so crazy. I said that. That is, oh my gosh, y'all so funny. Last night when I was rewatching the message from yesterday, I was thinking and this is literally the word that they use. This is so funny. I can't make it up. Work, wife, husband, frenemies. Okay, so let me finish this thought. Spirit nim running interference. And when they said it to me last night, they were talking about it in terms of how I only connect with my spirit nims. I don't connect with other people's spirit nims. I let spirit nim run interference. That literally is the way that they put it yesterday. That ain't even the right card. I let them run interference. Like, that's why I don't connect with other people's spirit nims. I just connect with mine, and my mine run interference for y'all's. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'm back. Okay. I got plans for you: marriage, potential engagement, meeting the family, love, and happiness. Now, yes, well, y'all said it, so we finna clarify which one. Let me just tell somebody this right now. Don't get your family out your business. This ain't for everybody, but you're gonna know if it's your message, because the Lord already told you this. Sometimes some people, sometimes your family be too much in your business, and this don't have to just be in your romantic relationships. You're gonna have to stop telling your family your business, because for some of you, that's why your relationship won't work. You've got to keep your family out your business. When I am a firm believer of this. When me and my husband, it's gonna have to be me and him. It's gonna have to be us, which means ain't no business going, ain't gonna be, take it how it resonates. And maybe some, I've done this, so I'm guilty, but this is, of course, anything I'm speaking of is in the past because I've been single for several years. But you ever got mad at your person and you go talk to a friend about them, or for some, like, true story, y'all, like I don't know what they got going on now, but you ever like, I can remember getting mad at at the dude I was dealing with and going and talking to another dude, I almost said it, another dude about him. And what ended up happening? So then for me, at one, well, with a couple of them, I ended up going back and I started dating that person. And then it didn't work out with them either, because then they kind of knew your vulnerabilities. They knew some weak spots that you had. And so for some of y'all, be very mindful of that. And that I'm just in a season of life where I'm not even, that's not even acceptable. I wish you would. I wish you would go and talk about me to another woman. Because what I'm gonna tell you is you need to go to her, because that just sets up a relationship for failure. It's the same thing with friendships, y'all. Don't go talk about one friend to another friend. Like, that's not friendship. I don't believe in that. I feel like if you got a problem with me, then we gonna have to square that up between us. It ain't no reason for friends to be talking about friends, because that's not friendship. Can we just say that? Somebody done dealt with that in the past. You think you talking, y'all gossiping about such and such, man, that's messy. And first of all, we don't do mess in this season. We not doing mess in this season. Because who's finna do that? We don't even want those types of friendships or relationships. It's the same thing with family. Don't go talking to, you gonna go talk to this family member, and then all that family member gonna do is go talk, and everybody talking about each other, but everybody don't understand why don't nobody like each other. Because all we doing is talk. We're not gonna do that. This is, again, we're upgrading our relationships. For some of you, yeah, it's like the telephone game. Like, just don't do it. Don't partake in it. If family's sitting up talking, because you can't control them, but you can control how you're involved in it. You can control that aspect. Be mindful of that. And for those of you who got, some of you finna have a relationship and you're not even going, it's like, it needs to be more private. Okay. And this is, we're getting ready to clarify, but this, they're talking about that on this card. I almost don't want to use the tarot deck. Let's use the Clarity is Real. Yeah, because it didn't feel right. So for some of you, because you, it's like, for some, how do I say it? This is the lesson. If you didn't already learned this lesson, don't have to learn it again. Okay, don't have to learn that lesson again, because it's like, this is your golden opportunity to really have the relationship you want. And don't, for who, yeah, don't go running telling your family all, just wait on, just like, let the relationship build, let it grow a little bit, let it blossom a little bit before you even introduce them to family as well. Because I don't know, somebody, I don't know who family be getting involved in their business, but they only getting involved in your business because you're allowing them to. Okay, so just know that, just try to keep them a little, like, let this relationship bloom and grow, because yes, you're attracting your person, so just let it grow before you go and start broadcasting it, or even posting them on social media, any of that. Thank you, Lord. What they're highlighting is, do this, drop this in the chat. I'm gonna do it different. First of all, we grown now, right? So we not on that type of time where you feel like you got because who, I don't care about you. You ain't got to post me on social media. Now, it's not to say that your relationship won't be public at some point, but do it different this time. If you know that as soon as you start dating somebody, first thing you want to do is always snapping, da 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 da. Don't do it. Do it different. Think about how you've been in all your previous relationships and do the opposite. Do it different. Okay. I've always been private and to myself. I come out and love on everybody at family friend functions and go back to my place of peace. Okay. Do it different. And so for whoever needs this message, as these new people, these new relationships are coming into your life, some of you, oh my God, okay, come on, Lord. Some of you, the problem has been you meet somebody and maybe you immediately want to give them 100% of yourself. Do it different. This time, because some of you, this is your lesson that you're learning about reciprocity. Because what'll happen is then it's like you're expecting them to meet you with that same energy, but then they don't, and then you're disappointed because they didn't meet you the same way with you the same thing that you gave. So this time, whoever, and this may be several of y'all who needs this, instead of giving 1000% at the jump, allow someone to meet you. It's almost like you need to be more reserved and allow them to come. It's that attractive, come on, receptive. It's that attractive energy, y'all. Instead of just pushing yourself, and I don't, no disrespect or nothing, but it's like instead of pushing yourself on the relationship, allow that person to come to you. Allow that person to give you the energy instead of you being the one to give all the time. And even if you in a relationship, because some of you are, you're still over giving, but then you'll be disappointed because that person is not giving you the same that you're putting out. Stop it. Stop. Stop. You pull your energy back, and you gonna see whether, I don't care what relationship, friendship this is, I don't care what it is. You pull your energy back, and all of a sudden, because see, that person has got accustomed to you. Remember, we talking about we don't chase anything, we attract everything. Some of you have gotten people conditioned to the point where they expect it from you. That's why they take advantage of it. But when you know your value, you know your worth, and you start to pull your energy back, don't think that people ain't gonna notice that you done pulled your energy back, y'all. People notice when you're not giving them the same level of attention anymore. People notice that. They may act like they don't, but what? Come on, God. But what ends up happening, y'all? You don't even give it long enough. Like you'll be like, you know what, they not doing so this, that, and the third. You pull your energy back, but you ain't even keeping your energy pulled back long enough, because then you go right back because you start feeling some type of way, or maybe they say one thing. And this is no judgment, y'all. This is just the way we are. We want things, we want to have a different relationship, we want people to respond to us differently, but you have first got to stop doing the thing that you're doing, because somebody has gotten accustomed to you over giving, overextending, over like you're always there. And if you pull back for a second, as soon as they say one thing, then all of a sudden here you come running back. And all they did, it was just a hook. It was a hook. And this is because you're coming into new relationships. When you learn this lesson, when you stop that behavior, because it's just a behavior, it's just a pattern, right? And the thing is, we're breaking patterns. Drop that in the chat. We're breaking patterns. We're not going to keep doing the same thing. For some of you, this is how you going to get out of this loop that you're in these, like, you feel like you be attracting the same thing over and over and over. Okay, you know what, let me do it different. So just it's like, just allow people to start meeting you instead of you having to constantly put the energy out there. I hope that made sense. I hope that's tracking with somebody. Because it's like you're gonna have to break this pattern. Pull your energy back a little bit. And this is in relationships where and if you can, whoever the person came to your mind when I said that, that's who I'm talking about. That part ain't for everybody, but you gonna know if it's for you, because you know where you just been, what you been doing. You calling, you texting, you always reaching out, you always saying something, you always the first person to reach out. Stop. Don't do that. Let them chase me. The thing is like, we ain't even trying to get them to chase, but I'm just not gonna keep over giving. I'm just not. And I can speak on this. This me. I didn't been there. I didn't been there. But that's exactly, Avery. Like, that's people, because this is the thing. This is how, for some of y'all, anybody ever dealt with a narcissist? This is like classic narcissist behavior. They know that you want they know that you want their time. They know that you want their attention, and so they're intentionally not giving it to you because they know that you want it. This is narcissistic behavior, y'all. When the spirit of truth comes, okay, when the spirit of truth comes, he will not speak on his own. He will guide you into all truth. He will not speak on his own, but will tell you what he has heard. He will tell you about the future. So this is just about like understanding that. And sometimes it takes for somebody else to say, like, hey, you're doing it. Like, because they know that you, and that, and for some of you, myself included, it was one of my biggest lessons to have to learn. A lot of us, especially if you are a giving person, especially if you have that kind of character where you want to take care of people, you will attract narcissists, and you'll keep attracting them. You'll keep attracting people. And it's like, what is the word? They keep saying it. It's emotional abuse. That's what it is. Because they know that you want it. And then for some of you, what you're also there, they use their attention, they use their love, they use, and this is not just romantic relationships, y'all. This is any relationships. But some of you, you're it's like, which part, like you want to attract new relationships, but it's something. Remember, we talked about heal then glow. You got to understand why you're attracting it. Sometimes this is why we got to be in our rest, relax, and receive season, because otherwise you're going to keep attracting people who are going to spoon feed you their energy. And then they're using it as manipulation. Does that make sense? And yes, it definitely leads towards codependency. Okay. Um, so just be mindful of that. If and sometimes we don't see that within ourselves, but hopefully this helps you to kind of do that reflection and be like, am I always the one that's texting? Am I always the one that's calling? Am I always the one who's reaching out? Am I always the one who's initiating communication? Stop. It's a very simple. And for some of you, just gonna say this: you've become addicted to the chase, but your complaint is you want to be chased. Does that make sense? And I'm using the word chase for lack of a better way to say it, but yeah, stop. Okay. And that's going to help you. And because they're going to notice when you pull your energy back. And this is in jobs. This is what, take it how it resonates in your spirituals. Just cut off game. Okay. It's happened to me all my life. I'm resting for the first time and trying to be mindful. That's it. That's it. And you'll start to understand. And then once it's almost like it's like pulling that cord a little further apart. And as you start to do that, you're not going to desire, crave, whatever word you want to put there, their energy as much, because you're going to start to look at it and be like, man, I'm not even getting what I know I deserve. That goes back to saying that. Okay. So for some of you, you learn that lesson and you'll be able to move on. Okay. So that's the first thing. Let's get to the next one and see what else we got. When you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better, because you'll start to realize, you'll start to be like, and this the thing, understand this: you pull your energy back, they gonna say something, but that don't mean start back giving your energy again. That's what I was trying to say earlier. That don't mean go right back into the same pattern. That means, okay, so they did pay attention, and you're gonna know how they truly feel. And but I don't want anybody to feel like I'm telling you to play games, because I'm not. But I am telling you to, like, listen, you got to realize the game that they've been playing with you. Does that make sense? You're a bit too old. You're a bit old to believe in magic. Oh no, not at all. I don't ever want to stop believing in magic. Ever. Ever in life. Okay. I don't ever want to stop believing in magic. What fun is that? Okay, here we go. The Lord will never set you up for failure, so trust that you're being equipped for your next season. This is just you learning. Yeah, just so revert back. Don't revert back to the same energy. Okay, don't revert back to the same energy. Um, yeah, I don't ever want to stop believing in magic. Magic makes life fun. Like, oh my gosh. You remember how, I know this is a whole side note, but that just took me there. Um, like, y'all, when you believe in magic, it makes your life just feel unreal. Like, it just makes your life, no, I don't want to do that. It just makes your life feel unreal. Like period. I love me some magic. I don't want to, because if you live your life and have fun living your life, then your life really is magical. And every time something magical happens, you just be like, oh my gosh, like that's just so amazing. And so I don't ever want to stop believing in magic. Magic makes life fun. Anyway, I'm back. That's just me, because I love the magic of life. It's like when a miracle happens in your life and you just be like, oh my gosh, you just can't even make it up. The feeling, the joy, the happiness that it gives you. Yeah, I always want to have that. Okay. Like I always want that. Okay, I'm back. So some of you, this is like you being equipped. And this is the other thing, because let me just say this to somebody. Don't think like, there are some people who are not like, I don't even want to call, I don't like to throw that word around and just be like accusing people. But baby, let me just tell y'all, the same things that used to work with the people in them that was on your lower level, they get a little better, and they get a little better at being a little more deceitful the higher you go. So don't ever believe that, you know what I'm saying, you like, people won't do that in business and in relationships, any of that. And so, and again, y'all, I don't even know how to explain this, but I can feel it in my spirituals that, yeah. Oh, y'all meant that for that. Man, listen, I hope not, but well, I'll say it because y'all said it. There's some people. The higher you go, man, there's some people who real good at manipulating people and manipulating the energy. And y'all just don't like, whether you believe, you don't have to believe in this stuff if you don't want to. But I'm trying to tell y'all, man, like you finna be dealing with some next level folks. You finna be you this ain't we ain't in rookie season no more. Okay, so some of y'all, you getting ready to step into some powerful rooms. And can I just say this? You finna get ready. Like, I don't know who need this message, but you gonna know, because it's something that you've been working on. This ain't for everybody. If you're not here yet, I don't feel like I'm here yet, so this ain't my message. But for some of y'all, like, you know that you are on the verge of stepping into some really powerful rooms. And do you understand that the higher you go, people get like, they have a mentality like they get what they want? Child, anyway, I don't know who need that. So just know that that's why the Lord talking about this kind of stuff. That's why you got to have your boundaries up. Like, I don't know, child. Cause yeah, I don't like the way y'all showing it to me in my spirituals, but people, when some people are used to getting what they want. And this why you got this. I said what I said. And I hope that made sense to somebody. Okay. Um, I'm talking about what it gonna get real irritated, but that's just you understanding. Like, you got to know who you are. This is we're being equipped. I'm gonna receive the rooms. I'm not even gonna say that, because I just said, I was like, oh, I don't think it's me. It is me. Drop it in the chat. It is me. This is all of us. We stepping into high level rooms. We're stepping into powerful rooms. We're stepping into rooms that where our names have already been circulated and our feet ain't even stepped into them yet. It is me. It is me stepping into these influential and affluential rooms. It is me. I want y'all to be in that energy. I apologize because I shouldn't even have said that. It is me, because I'm taking my rightful position, but I know who I am when I get there. So we just want to know that. Okay, we want to make sure that we know that. So that was my bad. Y'all right. I shouldn't even have said that, because it is me. And you just got to know who you are when you get in there. And everybody in here, you gonna know who you are when you get there. So they gonna know you ain't the one to play with. Okay, that you're not gonna be the one to play with. Your discernment gonna be on point. You gonna know who you are. You gonna be confident. Ain't nobody gonna be taking advantage of you. No, why? Because every relationship that you've had has equipped you for these relationships that are coming in. And because good or bad, you can't attract all positive relationships, because there are going to be people, like I said, who gonna test your gangster. They gonna try to test you to see, like, what. Yeah, that was my last one. When was it? October. People think, because I don't talk about the stuff that I be knowing. People, like, I had to go. I think the last time I really had that test was, can I say that part? I probably shouldn't say it out loud, huh? I'm gonna say it anyway. Is because I can. I think my last test like that was in October, but I learned some things about myself. I sure did. I learned some things about myself. I learned that I wasn't going to undervalue myself. I wasn't going to violate my ethics, my morals. I was not in that type of energy anymore. It was such a test. People don't be thinking you knowing you being tested, but I knew I was being tested then, and I had to stand on it because I say I be damned. I'm not going to be able. It's some things I'm not going to be able to do, and I had an experience, and I said, and that's one of them, and I'm not going to be able to do it. And then as a result of that, there was another test, and but this was a test, y'all, but it wasn't really a test because once I was hip about it, I was like, oh, is that? And so for some of y'all, you just gonna start recognizing how just different things have been a test for you, and you gonna be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. And that's how you gonna start recognizing things a lot quicker. I don't know who needs that message, but guess what had to happen? The healing had to happen. For some of you, don't feel no type of way because this you got to accept your healing. You got to accept your healing. You have to do that. And so for some of y'all, this true story. This is me, no judgment, right? Um Oh, it was clear. I was talking about so clearly. It was clear then, but at the same time, it wasn't because I almost got. I can tell my story because it's mine. I almost got last year, but it was a narcissist boom that was like, yeah, no, then turned around and was like, let me just tell you what I ain't gonna do. I'm not gonna sacrifice or compromise my morals in order to I don't give it I was finna cuss the words, you right. I don't care what it is, I'm not gonna do it. I would much rather I'm not gonna compromise my ethics, my morals, my values, my anything, and me. Because, baby, I know these goodies is valuable. So the next man that get them, you going to have to know the value of them because I do. And if don't nobody ever get them, then that means ain't nobody worthy of me. So as a result of that, I don't care. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it for friends. I'm not going to do it for family. I'm not going to do it for no D because it's just not that serious, baby. I'm not going to do it for nobody. You got to get to the point where you don't care who it is, y'all. You not going to compromise who you are, not for money, not for sex, not for nothing. You better stand on that because don't think it ain't people. It's not people that won't try you. They will try you. And me used to be still hungry for love. I've been single for 2.5 years. This was last year, right? All this time I've been single. So you think you got to so who needs this? You got to be good with being by yourself. Because baby, these little people then will try you. And you got to stand on that. And for some, and this was me. I said never again. Man, I had to make a decision. This was in October of last year. I had to make a decision. I said never again. And when I looked at myself in the mirror, I say never again. It teaches you how to deal with people. You better stand on who you are. You got to know who you are. You got to know. People will cheat, like people with money will test you to see just what you're willing to do. Guess what? Ain't nobody gonna say this. I don't know who need this message. Now we ain't sleeping our way to the top. It ain't gonna be 50, 11 people. I don't know who need this. Somebody's in entertainment. Somebody, I don't know if this is for somebody in entertainment because they're bringing it to me in entertainment fashion, right? Like they're talking about being going. I don't know if you're trying to go to Hollywood. I don't know if you have dreams to be an actor or an actress. I don't know, baby, but they're giving it to me in terms of like you working in the industry. Thank y'all. Listen, what you gonna get your props on your own merits. It's not gonna be on your credentials merits. I don't know who need to know that, but baby, that's a mess. A mess. Don't think these people then won't try to trick you out your goodies and your credentials. Will. I don't know. I had got in my spirituals. Who messes? Because somebody getting ready to go into the industry, and you gonna have to be careful. You ain't going in there with no reputation that's not the right reputation. I don't know who need to know that, but it's not that you would, but don't think that people ain't gonna try you because you look good. That's why, because you look good, because you're beautiful, because your light is glowing, because you better know because look at the heat. You know the people. You know the darkness is attracted to your light. Mm. I don't know who message that's for, but anyway, receive that in your spirituals. People gonna try to come diminish you. Told you diminish that light just a little bit. You ain't gonna be able to do it. Anyway, I'm back. Let me clarify this, because baby, y'all spirit names meant that in they spirituals. You better know it. Crown me. Jesus is king. Leadership, the fruitful vine. You are a royal priesthood. Okay. I hate to ask this, but can you please keep me in your prayers? I'm getting stalked and harassed. No one believes me despite showing police reports. Baby, you better go sit at the police station. Ain't no way. We're sending you so much love, light, and healing energy, dearest one. But this I'd be all on. I'd be posting them all on social media. Y'all crazy. I'm gonna use every avenue that I need to use in order to protect my safety, and I hope you got some protection for yourself. Cause what? I'm back. Talking about what protection? Look, you need more than prayer. I put it everywhere. So okay, ain't nobody gonna be able to say that. Like you, period. No. I'm telling everybody, turn your location on. And I know that kind of stuff happens for real. But baby, you better use everything at your disposal. Sending you so much love, light, and healing energy, baby. Use everything at your disposal to keep yourself safe. Like, period. You better go to the shooting. Child, what? Get you a pew pew. Anyway, I'm back. Crown me. Jesus is king, leadership, the fruitful vine. But we are praying for your safety. Okay, we are praying for your safety, dearest one. But you use everything to your advantage. Y'all know I'm sensitive about that kind of stuff, because I understand, especially if you're a woman. Anyway, I'm back. Out of hermit mode, the globe is real, Jesus King leadership. What else y'all want to say about that? Child, the Lord did too much work on you, and that's just that. The Lord did too much work, and you're wiser now, so you're not gonna fall for the same kind of okey doke before. But some of y'all, I don't know what y'all do. I don't know what, but the Lord said this the thing for some of y'all, and okay, thank y'all, because that makes sense. For some, this message ain't for everybody right now, but it may be for a future time. He will tell you about the future. Okay. Thank y'all. Because I was like, why is this even coming up? Because some of y'all, you're not at that point yet, but you're going to get to it. And you'll be able to go back on the YT and see this video and be like, OMG, I remember. Because some of y'all finna get some exposed. Man, listen, you know where the Lord is sending you, because you know what you've been praying for. And for some of you, yeah, your destination famous. Some of you, somebody getting ready to be famous. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody finished that where's the equip? The glow. Like somebody getting ready to be famous. So you getting ready to be exposed to some different stuff. As much as we wish we could get on here and say that the whole world is beautiful, it's not, y'all. We have to deal with the world that we're in. But somebody getting ready to step into these rooms and arenas and powerful places and peoples and things. And so you're getting ready to step into those arenas. And so the Lord's like, listen, told y'all he cleaning up, he tidying up loose ends. So just be prepared for that. Okay. What else is in this deck? The Lord is the one who sustains me. I think we had that yesterday. Okay, I'm back. What's next? I keep telling everyone God is going to show y'all how he works in my life. He is. And he is. And because I'm telling y'all, I can feel it. I can feel it. And the way I prayed this morning, y'all, you know how you know when prayer is real good. And I don't know, maybe this is just me. Y'all, the way I prayed in the spirit this morning, I was praying in the spirit this morning. And I knew how serious I was about it, because I couldn't even speak the prayers out loud. I felt like when I was praying this morning, it wasn't even for nobody else's ears. It was a heart to heart with me and the Lord. Some of y'all, that's you getting ready to have like that heart to heart, or maybe you need to. This prayer was so deep, and I felt it so deep in my spirituals that I couldn't even speak it. I couldn't even speak it. I just had to let the Lord hear my heart. Come on, God. I just had to let the Lord hear my heart this morning. And so for some of you, and I received that. Like some of you, that's the kind of prayer where you just don't even have any words. I just had to pray with my whole heart this morning. And so And I feel like the only time that really happens is when the Lord is also getting ready to shift me into a new place. And so, or shift, something is shifting, or when I need something to shift in my life. So some of you, this is, I don't, this ain't even really got nothing to do with the message, but that's just what they were bringing back to me. It's like your prayers finna change something for you. Your prayers are like something that you have prayed and in the secret place. But this is that whole heart kind of prayer. And it's not to say that we don't pray like that all the time, but we don't. But there's something that needs to transform for somebody in their life. And you getting ready to have one of them kind of prayers where you like, Daddy, I just ain't even got no words. You just got to hear my heart on this. I'm getting emotional because I feel that it's like you just got to hear my heart on this. Come on, 819. Hey, Ma. Like I was like somebody something. And so for some of y'all, that's gonna happen. For some of you, this is help with your healing that needs to happen. So I don't know. I hope that helps somebody. But they listening. But you finna find yourself in a moment where you just praying with your whole heart, and you just ain't even gonna have the words. But the spirit knows what to pray when you don't. It's a scripture somewhere. They're bringing some scripture up, and y'all know I can't quote it, but it's just like even when you don't know what to say, the spirit knows what to pray for, something like that. Anyway, I'm back. Okay, what else? Can you hear me now? I'm trying to told y'all, some of y'all so crazy because over here on this side of the street, um they talking about something else in the car that came out to clarify this. Can you hear me now? Blocked. Okay. Blocked. Overcoming obstacles, justice is served, spiritual jail, someone stealing your work. So yes, some of y'all, this is about you because with this clarifying this is about setting yourself free. I told y'all, remember I used the analogy of an anchor, but this is literally like some handcuffs. We said I'm free. Can we just drop that in the chat? I'm setting myself free because this is a choice. I want everybody to choose freedom. Y'all, today is not the day. What is happening? Okay, I'm back. Distraction. Okay. I'm setting myself free. I'm setting myself free because that's just the thing, y'all. We just cannot afford to let any of this old baggage hold us down, keep us back. We're too close to elevation. I'm gonna say it again. We're too close. Okay. Last one, and then I'm finna be done. Told y'all, I just feel like this whole week has just been like cleaning up, like getting our energy cleaned up, getting prepared for what it is that look, I just heard fill the room, hallelujah, I'm free. Okay. I feel like this whole week has just been like cleaning up, like the Lord saying, okay, you're ready now. You're ready now. You're ready. Whatever this next level is, whatever the next thing is, y'all, I can't make it up on the cut. I can't look. The That's why y'all told me to get this deck, huh? I'm telling you, I use the analogy of an anchor, but the handcuffs came out, and then the Lord said, "But hold on, let me show you the anchor." Telling y'all that's it. Jesus is your rock. Okay, building a solid foundation, last leg of the race, holding yourself back. Whatever is anchoring you, we're releasing those anchors. We cutting them, we're releasing them, we letting them go. Child, listen. Trying to tell y'all they was back there, child. You seen him in the window. Yeah, we releasing those anchors. What else? Just a friend. What is this? Running interference. That's what's happening, child. For some of y'all, your spirit names are helping to help you release some of these folks. Which part? They finna start showing you some people. Okay, they're gonna start showing you the truth about people. Some of you are getting ready. Yes, your elevation is going to change the way people deal with you. They're going to it's going to change the way people deal with you. You finna come on, alignment, receive it. Matthew 6:33. Yeah, yes. How do I even say that any different? Mm-hmm. Child of mess. Do y'all know that relationships are the most difficult and complicated thing that we have to deal with? Because our relationships are a reflection of us. That's why the Lord will separate you from relationships for a spell so that you can just work on you, so that the relationships that, so you can, number one, get yourself together, your spirituals together, do your healing, but so that you don't keep attracting the same types of relationships. The most complicated and difficult thing that we deal with are other people. It's just a true story. It is the most challenging thing that you have to deal with. So for some of you, you're recognizing that, but do you trust me? That's it. Easily and effortlessly. God, divine guidance, intuitive feelings, your inner compass. Some of you, you have a relationship. Like, do you just? Some of you have a relationship that the Lord is bringing. Some of y'all just want a friend, or maybe you feel like that's what you need. hmm Every relationship doesn't have to be romantic, and for some of y'all, that's also the lesson as well. Like, message, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can, you can be friends with, just be friends with someone. And for some of you, that may be how a relationship starts out, and then it can progress to something else. But some of you, you're just attracting some friends. You ever just felt like you just needed some friends? Like, you just need, this is soul tribe kind of energy, right? But this is kind of what we're developing here. And for those of you who, of course, are in, like, if you're doing the beauty on a budget hair, like the head wrap and makeup class, or if you're doing TU, it's just a chance for you to start socializing with people who are not jealous or envious or any of that. And for some of you, that's what's happening. Like, the Lord is trying to introduce you into those types of communities. Because yes, you've dealt with a lot of frenemies. Is that on this card? Yes, you've dealt with a lot of frenemies. You've dealt with a lot of people who were maybe jealous or envious, or, and we touched on that yesterday, where it's just like, man, people are trying to keep you from your greatness. And so you have to be like, you're starting to learn how to discern. And but the Lord is going to put you, he's going to equip you, he's going to put you in the right places so that you're not interacting with the same type of people. Like, when you start saying, man, I want to be in a community of like-minded people, well, this is that. But understand this, y'all know me, but I don't know y'all. So what is the Lord have, okay, understand this. So what is the Lord doing? Instead of it just being, I'm up here for an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, where I'm just talking, talking, talking. I'm reading your comments, and it's cool, but you're starting to introduce yourself to different type of people, right? And for those of you who are, come on, where's the hermit mode card? For those of you who've done the healing enough to where you know that you're ready to be in a community and like really bringing yourself out around people, then you do stuff like what? You're going to come to the makeup class. You're going to join TU. You're going to start to, it's like the Lord is trying to get you to reintroduce yourself. And I receive this as well. Why? Because I'm so comfortable with my solitude. But the Lord is like, no, you're not meant to be on this earth and be by yourself. Some of you, that's been your prayer. You've been by yourself for so long, you can get addicted to solitude. Okay, but at the same time, the Lord needs to reintroduce you into how to deal with people. Why? Because you are going into new rooms and you have to know how to deal with people. Does this make sense? So this is the thing. If you have to be willing to do that. I know I love being by myself, but I also know that the Lord can't elevate you without you being able to establish and maintain relationships with people. So you gonna have to deal with folks. You gonna have to deal with folks. So find somewhere where you're comfortable, because otherwise you're not going to fit. It's going to be uncomfortable in the rooms that the Lord is placing you in. Makes sense? Okay. So that's what's happening for you. You've done the healing. He's bringing you back out. Listen, I love it here. Deanne, I love it here. But at the same time, ain't no person on earth. Adam had Eve. None of us are meant to be out down here by ourselves, y'all. Like, it's I'm very comfortable being with just me, the Lord, and Spirit them. I'm very comfortable with that. But at the same time, sometimes you need to be around people. You need to socialize. This is not saying I don't need to do this every day, but sometimes you just like to be around people. You know what I'm saying? Or at least you should want to. And for those of us who are going to our new level, you're going to have to know how to deal with people and create relationships. And some of the relationships, come on, God, that we're making now are going to be pivotal for where we're going. You never know the relationships that you'll need even as you go further along. For every relationship that you establish in the beginning, you may have to come back and be like, man, I'm so glad that I formed that connection. I'm so glad that I was willing to put myself out there and interact and deal with them, because you never know how in the with all of us, think about this, if all of us are going up, all of us are going to a new level, we all are going in different directions. None of us are doing the absolute same thing. And so if we're all going in new directions, you never know how these relationships are going to benefit you, because what if you now you have a resource? Because one of the most important things that you're going to need to become successful is relationships. You're going to need people around you, number one, that you can trust. You never know who you build a relationship with that's going to end up on your team, right? Because you're going to have a team of people around you. So you're going to have to start building those relationships, so it's networking. So you can start, so like, man, I know Jay Causey, right? Jay Causey been rocking with me for 2.5, almost 3 years now. Man, I know Kathy. You never know how those relationships will end up benefiting you in some way. So this is why the Lord, y'all, God is so strategic. I can't make this up, because I wasn't going to be doing none of this. Do you understand? I'm cool with just my platforms. And the Lord said, nope, you going to have to be reintroduced as well. So what did he do? In less than a month, I have 3 classes. And I'm like, y'all, we not going to be doing just teaching. We going to just have fun, because you got to learn how to, because for some of us, we have to get back into, man, you've been by yourself. You've been in the wilderness. You've been out here thugging it out with just you, Spirit, and them, and the Lord. And now all of a sudden you don't like to be around people. And I don't want that to sound bad. I'm comfortable being around people, but at the same time, I'm more comfortable with my solitude. So the Lord said, nope, go create these classes. Nope, you're gonna have to be around some people. Nope, it's not gonna be alive like this. It's gonna be, nope, turn your cameras on. You're gonna have to interact with folks. The Lord, everything is strategic. Why? Because everybody's getting ready to go in a different direction, and you never know when I'm gonna have to come back and say, "Hey, Kathy," because see, I know what Kathy does when she's not on here. Kathy has a job, Kathy. So, oh, okay. So when I come to Atlanta, I have somebody that I can connect with in Atlanta. Y'all come to San Diego, you know that I'm in San Diego. Man, Touche is in San Diego. I don't know such and such and such. You start, and this is the thing. You not immediately jump, you're building, you're creating these relationships. And it's just what we're learning how to do. The Lord is very strategic with all of his plans. You not going, oh, because this was me. I used to try to jump into relationships. No, now I just allow them to build. I get to know people, and I allow them to get to know me. Y'all know a lot about me because I'm up here telling my story. But other people, it's just like, okay, let me start knowing y'all. Everybody's not gonna sign up for the class. I'm not mad about that. But at the same time, you're going to start seeing different, like, this is you doing something, you're surrounding yourself with different people. You going to know who's serious about their growth. You gonna know why, because you're gonna keep taking a step up, and then somebody gonna take a step, and then they gonna come back and say, hey, y'all, I did such and such and such and such, and that's gonna make up, but this is another step up. Like, this is how you move, like, this is how you move with people move with you, right? So I hope that made sense, because that's the way the Lord just brought that to me. It's just like, yeah, y'all, like, God's like, look, you going in the right direction. Everybody ain't gonna go with you. Everybody's not committed to their growth. Everybody's not committed to their success, but you gonna know who is, because when you take a step, guess what? They gonna take a step too. When they take a step, guess what? You gonna take a step too, because you're not gonna want to be left behind. So God is gonna keep on moving us up, and then you gonna notice your circle getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but you're not gonna stop moving. But yeah, you're gonna start to see people fall away, shrink away, and it's gonna be other folks that's like, no, I want that. No, I'm hungry for that. No, I want to level up just like that, because and you just gonna keep going with it. And that's just the way it goes, y'all. Everybody ain't gonna go. Everybody's not ready for their next level. But I am, and there may be people above me that's stepping quicker than me. But I'm looking up like, wait a minute, let me step. Remember, energy, we don't match. I want you to exceed my energy. Why? Because I need to get up there. I'm just the person who wants, I can't take everybody with me. And I'm not trying to, let me be very clear about this. I'm not trying to take anybody with me, but I'm gonna show you what I did to get up there, because I'm not gonna stop trying to get up there. It's the mountain. Told y'all we're gonna talk about it on Monday. It's the mountain. Cause so you can't force, you hear everybody say this, like you can't force people to go where they're not ready for it. You right, but I'm ready for it. And how you gonna know if somebody ready? Because they not, because they gonna do whatever's necessary to get to that next level. That's that praying in the spirit. I told the Lord that today. I said, I don't care what happened. I was like, now show me. Because I ain't got time to play about it. And then people, and that's why the circle be small, because everybody's not ready for that level up. But I can't afford to miss it. I got to get to this next level. What do I need to do, Lord? Surround me with the people who can take me to my next level. Period. It, and if you, if and other than that, I'm sorry, but I just I ain't got time to waste. This is why you stop letting people you don't give. They, and I start off with saying everybody's not gonna have access to your energy. They're just not. Why? Because first of all, my energy is valuable. Second of all, I got things to do. I got things to do. I got things to accomplish. I ain't got time to play. Like, it's one of those, look, I got to put my head down. I got to get to work. I ain't got time to play around. I ain't got time. I got to get where I'm trying to go. And I got to do everything that I'm supposed to do. A big part of that, you know what it's going to do? Waiting, just allowing the Lord to take care of me. I hope that made sense for somebody. But it's so you, some of you, this is what you're learning. You putting yourself around go-getters, you're putting yourself around people who are successful, you're putting yourself around people who are elevating. You're not gonna want to spend time around people who ain't on that type of time. You're not gonna, I want to spend time around people who are creative. I want to, why? And you, but do you, why? Because I need to be able to bounce ideas off of creative people. I need to be in communities where I can like talk about some stuff with some folks, and they not gonna try to steal my ideas, or they not, like, I ain't got time for that. Right. And so these are things I pray for. Lord, put me around people I can trust, because I ain't got time. Because this the thing. If I can put some people on the team, then come on, I'm gonna try to put you on, but I'm not gonna force it. And I ain't got time to be trying to watch my back with people. And this is family as well. Nobody's excluded. Ain't nobody excluded. I don't care. Make me believe it. Nobody's excluded. Okay, like, so because you can't trust all your family, like but it's just things that you learn, y'all. And this is the, like, so when you pray for people, I'll be like, Lord, just align me with the right people. I ain't got time to be watching my back. I ain't got time for people who are for these frenemies. I ain't got time for that, man. I'm too old for that. And I got too much to accomplish, and I'm going to accomplish it. And so when you start praying like those kind of prayers, the Lord be like, okay, they ready now. They having some understanding about who the kind of people to surround themselves with. It come on, your value just went up on the cut. Hey, dearest one. So just saying. This is how you start. For those of you, you be like, man, I just want to be in like-minded communities where you're in one. I've got to where I don't even tell my family everything. Don't. I let them see God work in my life just the way I sure do. I let them see God work in my life for real. Like, I don't even, I love my children, but I just let them see. Because this the thing, you can't convince your family that God working in your life as much as you want to. If they not on that personal, if they not on that faith walk, y'all, that's why people don't understand it. Because if you ain't never just been committed to the Lord, people who ain't on this type of walk, this type of obedience walk, this type of, okay, God, you said you was gonna do it for me, they not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it. They're not gonna understand. Hey, Mimi, honey, woney. Well, rest, child. Make sure you get you some rest. They not gonna get it, y'all. My children still to this right now don't understand how I left everything and just went to follow the Lord. No clue. Family the same way. You just need to get a job and why? Because they ain't never built no business. Of course they gonna tell me to go to work. There ain't nobody ever tried to build nothing, have nothing, be nothing, do nothing. So they not gonna understand why you following the Lord's instructions, because they ain't never seen somebody try to do it. Love my family, ain't nobody got nothing. Ain't nobody trying to help. They not gonna support your dreams. I love my family, but they don't support. But you know when that, but guess what? They sitting on the internet watching people be successful all day long. Gonna be tripped out when they see me, when I'm the one they watching on the internet. But and who need this message? You gonna think different. You gonna realize why I had to do all of that, because I'm up here to save you. Like, man, y'all know we talking about relationships, and I got to keep it a buckles. You trying to save them, they not gonna support you, and you trying to save them. You trying to give them a better life. Do y'all know that most of us out here are working so that the generations after us, the folks in your family who ain't got nothing, the folks who ain't never seen a better life, so all they know is the struggle, the folks who you trying to help them, but they not going to support your dreams. They don't support you, but they going to understand when you are the one who saves them from the life that they're living right now. And you ain't even going to be mad. You ain't even going to be mad. You gonna be like, because this the thing, it's bigger than us. Why you think your ancestors pushing you so hard to help? They know the state that everybody's in. They know the state that every one of us, everybody in your family, they know what we got going on. But we talk about this all the time, the chosen one. You're the one that said, you know what, irregardless of who says what, I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna do this for my bloodline. And so you just have to, it may hurt your feelings sometimes because it's family, right? You want them to be supportive, they not. And I'm not, and I hate to, but it's the truth. And I don't feel any type of way about telling the truth. A lot of us just grew up in situations, and this is no excuse, and this is not changing no energy. This is not going to stop any of my desires from coming true. Come on, whose I am at the bottom of the day. It's simply saying that's no that what how we came up is not an excuse. It's simply a motivator for why we gonna keep moving forward, why we gonna keep pushing. And this is me talking to myself as well, y'all. Like, this is not me just telling this to y'all. This is me saying, yep, that's why. Because I'm the one who's gonna be able, because it doesn't matter. I don't care. You ain't got to understand it. Let me just keep moving forward so I can save all of us. That's it. And so God gonna keep, and yes, for some of you, again, if this is if you on your faith walk, B, ain't nobody gonna understand that. Ain't nobody gonna understand why you serving the Lord. Ain't nobody gonna understand why they just not. It's not to say they don't know the Lord, but they're not as obedient as you. They're not because it wasn't their calling for that. Just keep it moving. That's it. No, not seeking validation from anyone. The only that has to be okay with what I'm doing is God. I don't care and it sucks because you want people, but if you not, I'm sorry. This the thing. Most of us, the life we live in ain't even affecting anybody else. It ain't even affecting anybody else's life. If you over here in your own lane doing your own thing, it ain't even affecting anybody else's life, and people still got something to say about it. It's not even your life, though. It ain't even affecting you. It will once I get to where the Lord is taking me, but right now, what I got going on ain't even affecting you. So why would somebody have something to say? Because somebody's just gonna have something to say. Let them talk. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. They'll understand it when your guess what, your life is going to affect them, because now they're gonna have more money, they're gonna have houses, they're gonna have new things, they're gonna have new experiences, they're gonna be able to be traveling, they're gonna do things and be exposed to things that they've never seen before. Now, instead of, so for some of y'all, they're talking about this in the forms of wealth, right? People want to travel, ain't never been nowhere, can't go nowhere, don't know nothing about having a passport. But now you're going to be able to travel. Now you're going to be able to experience a different life, new experiences, doing things you've never done. You used to be looking at people on TV doing it, on the internet doing it, and now you the one doing it. But it's going to be because of you. Don't trip. They'll understand once you get to where God's taking you, they'll understand. So just leave it at that. It'll be all right. That's it. That's where I'm at. Like, and I just be like, oh, okay. So just know that, y'all. Child, I'm beyond legacy. I'm building a dynasty. Like a dynasty. I'm like David. I want a dynasty. The Lord has promised me a dynasty, and I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it. That's it. Come on, the Lord has promised me a dynasty, and I'm going to have it. So I'm going to keep building it. I'm just going to keep building upon and building upon and building upon, and all your generations, but all generations will be blessed, and that's it. Because ain't nobody going, yeah, that like that's just that. I don't even tell them that. I just let them be like, oh, okay. I don't even think they follow me anymore. Okay. I don't even think they follow me. They don't see, they don't look, y'all think it's a game, man, but I don't want somebody to be discouraged, because I'm telling you this, because I'm telling you, man, if y'all just don't even have no understanding. Your family can be, sometimes they can be the ones that hurt you the most. Why? Because you're sensitive to them. And so don't let that discourage you. Okay. Please don't let that discourage you. This is why sometimes you just can't tell them your dreams or tell them what you have going on. You just got to and sometimes you just gonna have to hold it. But that's why, again, we have these types of communities where, at least here, where we celebrate you. We celebrate your wins. It's why I'm like, yeah, y'all, because we want to celebrate you, because sometimes when you're building, you don't have anybody celebrating you. And it can be discouraging at times. And as you're building and creating your legacies, your dynasties, your empires, you want people to lift you up. You don't need the validation, but don't it feel good when somebody says, like, man, you did an amazing job with that? Doesn't it make you feel accomplished? It was like me on this mountain yesterday. Didn't think I could do it. Then some random people were motivating me to keep going, to keep inspiring me to keep going. I don't need validation from anybody. But doesn't it feel good when somebody just says, man, I see the work you've done. I see how hard you've been going at it. I see you trying. I'm proud of you. Like it makes you feel good, y'all. We don't need it, because you learn to do that for yourself. But man, it feels good because you know how hard you've been working. Tell y'all, I made it, child. We gonna talk more about it on in the morning. I mean, on Monday. We'll probably talk about it on Sunday. But that's why we have transform, elevate, and align, y'all, because it feels good. Cause do you know how hard some of us have had to work by ourselves? Good morning, Teresa. This is how you start getting into community. Like, you start, because it feels good. It does, because you know how much work you're doing. You know how much you sacrifice. There are people who are not going to understand your sacrifice. Your family's not going to understand your sacrifice. They're not going to understand what you had to give up in order to make it, so that they have to never go through what you're going through. Like, man, it feels good for somebody to just be like, man, I see you. That's a whole nother message for a whole nother day. And it's not that we want to be seen, but doesn't it feel good for somebody to see you? A lot of times in your relationships, that's what you want. That's what you're begging for somebody to see you. And that's what I'm trying to do in all my communities, right? In all of the classes that I'm doing. We just need to have some fun. Come on, y'all, let's put some makeup on and drink a glass of wine if you want to. And I don't care. Like, doesn't it just feel good for somebody to just see you? Just singing. But it's just different levels of understanding. When you the more time you spend by yourself, the more time you spend with God, you just start to understand. Even if you ain't around people, you start to understand people, and you understand that um you should do motivational speaking in a big stadium. Well, baby, listen, if I can ever get the if that is the Lord's will, okay, if that is the Lord's will, I never really thought about it, but I do it because what? It's gonna be tarot on the big stage, manifest it. Period. Come on, Queen of Wands, better manifest it. I'm back, right? Like I well, kind of did, but anyway, just saying, man, like it just feels good to be seen. And we don't sometimes we don't want to admit that, but man, when you've been out here thugging it out in the wilderness by yourself and just you and the Lord, man, look, you somebody acknowledge. That's how I feel every time y'all buy a product, a service, a class, or anything. I just be like, oh my gosh, like it's exciting because this is something that I know I've sacrificed for. I'm telling y'all. To come on the world on a world stage. Y'all better quit playing. Let the Lord, if He give me a strategy, I'll do it. Yes, I would love to see you on a larger platform. Y'all, I wouldn't even begin to know you did. And thank you so much, honey Oney. Make sure you check your email. Oh no, you got I'm gonna put you in TU. Go to the Facebook community. Um, y'all, I wouldn't even know how to set that up. I wouldn't even know how to do that. How would you even do something like that? I don't know. I had to be on somebody else's platform first. You reckon? I don't know. My mind didn't started. My mind didn't started formulating because I don't know if the Lord didn't dropped it in your spirituals. I might needed to have it in my spiritual. Because y'all my OGs. I love y'all. I know y'all would support. I wouldn't even know how to set that up. Crazy thing is, y'all know I would probably have to come to the other side of the earth for that. Like true story. That would be something that I would have to come do in like Atlanta or something that wouldn't be so far from here. You know what I'm saying? Because child, listen, it can be done. We gonna help you figure it out. I would do it. I would do it. I would do this live. I really would. I told y'all that before. Like I would do this live because it's fun. It's fun for me to do, and it wouldn't be no different than what I'm doing right now. I just wouldn't be sitting in this car. Somebody said that the other day or yesterday. I ain't it didn't put me in my spirituals, but it just made me like this the kind of thing. Let me just say this. I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. We talked about a retreat the other day. I wouldn't even know how to set this up, y'all. Y'all done got y'all know y'all start telling me stuff. Maybe someone might invite you, or you might go to a TED talk or a spiritual festival or something. You might be right. I ain't really never looked into anything like that, but I wouldn't mind doing speaking engagements. Don't think I'm gonna get up there and be talking any kind of crazy way. I ain't. I'm talk just like this. Y'all gonna be like, Shaw, she is like this in real life. Meant it. Meant because who? Because ain't nobody got time for that. Come on, the Empress. Now y'all know the Lord giving birth to something right now. And this the thing. If it's spoken, then it's done. Y'all know me. I believe in manifestation. I don't know how. I don't know, Lord, but the Lord will give me the strategy. He will send the right people, places, things, connections, resources. He will give the strategy, and that's it. Or rent out a conference room and invite people. This would really be something that I would do on the other side of the world. Like I would, even though California is so beautiful and I don't know why y'all wouldn't want to come here, but that would be something I'd be like, man, I'll go to Atlanta for that. Thank you, dearest one. I appreciate you. Thank you, honey one. Um, that would be, come on, Queen of Wands. Look, y'all done got, now I'm gonna I'm gonna have to go pray about it now. But that would be because y'all know Atlanta been in my spirituals a lot. And so that'd be something I'd be like, man, I'm gonna just go to Atlanta. So I would have to, once again, Kathy, like Kathy being in Atlanta, I don't know nothing about Atlanta. I don't know anything. I don't know nothing about nothing, not about nothing, about nothing. So again, remember y'all networking. I'd be like, Kathy, look, I don't know nothing about down there. Can you, you know what I'm saying? Can you start looking at some places for me? Can you, what's a good hotel? What part of town do I stay in? Told y'all, everything the Lord does is strategic. Networking. Three of Pentacles. I'm trying to tell y'all, okay? Y'all, it's a lot of people in Atlanta, and I've been saying that. Well, they do a live podcast. Would you be into that? I've never been on a podcast before, but oh yes, I have. I did one last year, didn't it? I would do a podcast. I said I wanted to turn this into a podcast, but I just don't know the strategy for that yet either. But because I don't have enough, I wanted like a regular podcast. So I don't know. It's a lot of stuff because I be live all the time, but I don't know. You could do interviews. I love that. Y'all know I tried my hand at that last year with the BYOB. I love it. Oh my gosh, that just gave, I can't say it out loud. Okay, let me not say that out loud. That just gave me such an idea how I could do that. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, you right. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, I'm back. I can help. God is working from the previous day's message. Give him something to bless. Right. Y'all, you got to know it because y'all know me. I always be like, what's next, Lord? What's next? I got makeup, I got merch, I got classes. Like, what's next? And I really feel like that's why the classes are even coming into play as well. I'm telling y'all, like the Lord be doing stuff, y'all. If I'm and y'all know me, I believe in manifestation. So, baby, if I say I'm gonna do it, I'll be like, okay, Lord, I'm gonna need a venue in Atlanta, and I'm gonna go, and I'll be and pick the day, and then y'all come back tomorrow, and it'll be a ticket, and I'll be like, you purchased your ticket. Y'all, I don't play. Y'all think it's a game. Like, you people be like, how you going? Because at this point, I've had, like, the Lord has blessed me. Thank you, Lord. He's blessed me to create so many things that if I say I want to do something, then I just do it. It ain't no hesitation. It's like here's the thought, here's the idea, take action. Here's the thought, here's the idea, take action. That be me. Somebody says something about I wish you, if you teach me how to, and this is the thing, I don't even think she didn't purchase the class yet, but she was like, if you teach me how to put the makeup on, then I'll purchase. And I was like, hold please. And an hour later, I had a makeup class. Like, I don't, y'all, if the Lord, because there's certain things that it's just like, yeah, I need to do that. Even this, as we're talking about this, 2 hours later, 2 hours into a live, y'all, I've been up here for 2 hours talking. Everybody, most lives you come on, they ain't sitting up just talking for no 2 hours, y'all. If I mess around and I say, okay, listen, I think this is a good idea, like, yeah, let me do, yeah, and then it's already done. like a I'm not gonna limit to women. I don't want to limit it to just women. I want women and men to come. Like, telling y'all, man, if that, because but see, and guess what? We gonna talk about this. NTU, yeah, man, if y'all just knew the way the Lord be just talking to me about stuff, and I just be like, okay, Lord, okay. I'll be like, okay, all right, why not? Cause why not? It would be my dream. Oh gosh, oh I can't even. Oh my gosh, y'all done gave me some ideas. So now I'm like, what's crazy is, y'all. Let me just say this real quick. I'm finna go, but can I just say this real quick? Hold on, dears. When I come back to that, this is not new. This is not new. This idea is not new at all. It is not new. First and foremost, I want to point out that a lot of times, y'all, I get some of my best ideas when I'm sitting here and I'm talking to y'all. Did y'all just hear me say earlier that it gives me an opportunity, because I get a lot of ideas, but even I can't think of everything. Do you see what being in a like-minded community does for you? Didn't I just say, like, I need to bounce ideas off of people? Didn't I just say, like, man, wouldn't it be, I was like, I need to be around people so I can say, like, hey man, like, what y'all think about this? What y'all think about that? Because this is the thing, I wouldn't be doing this for my benefit. I'm doing this for the benefit of other people. Does that make sense? If somebody is willing to come sit up and listen to me talk, y'all literally are sitting up and listening to me talk for 2 hours. And all I'm doing is just telling stories, giving messages like, y'all, this was Spirit and them said, we talking about God. Do y'all know, like, I'm not doing this for my benefit. I'm doing this in hopes that it'll benefit someone else. And so this is the kind of communities that the Lord is blessing. This is the platform. This is why I'm so grateful. When I tell y'all, like, I'm grateful for y'all, I mean that. I don't be just say because I'm be by myself. And even though I be having thousands of ideas, only y'all saying, like, man, this is like, I would buy a ticket. Over here they like, I get a ticket, I get a ticket, I get a ticket, and y'all to mess around, and I be to put something on the calendar, and I be like, okay, here's the ticket. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but also understand this. There are those of y'all who are going to do this very same thing. I care nothing about anybody going and, like, people be like, don't be telling everybody what you're doing. If it's for me, you can't stop it. Does this make sense to somebody? Like, if the fact that we having this conversation right now, this is a divine conversation. Do you understand? Like, nothing is coincidence. So if something is for me, it doesn't matter how much I talk about it. You can't stop it. And I'm not saying y'all, but the enemy can't stop it, because there's a reason that Carrie opened this up. Because it wasn't nowhere on my radar. I was finished. Okay, y'all, we done. And 2 hours later, here we are having a conversation about possibly setting up a conference. I ain't never thought about it before. Because for me, I'll be like, well, Lord, I'll just come on here and go live. But the Lord will go back here. The Lord is like, you're going to have a conference and it's still going to be live. And I'm like, Dad, I ain't even, this the Lord telling me this now. I ain't even thought about all that. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get it set up. Like, and this was nowhere on my radar. Nowhere. I'm telling y'all, man, like, God don't make no mistakes. There's none. So now it's like me in prayer, Lord. I don't pray like that. Dad, I did not tell y'all just a minute ago, God gives all of us messengers. Y'all know that I believe that everybody is a messenger. Everybody. And y'all know I get some of my best ideas when I just be sitting on here chopping it up with y'all. People be like, oh, that would be great. I'd like to do that. Okay, let me go make a class. Oh, that'd be great. You should do that. Okay, let me go do it. Because why not? Like, that's who I am. Is it gonna be helpful for somebody? Cool. Because do you know that the story that I'm going to be telling is how this I gave birth to this sitting on a live chopping it up with y'all? Man, come on, God. Like, I can't make this up, man. But the thing about it is, it's not even a new idea. It was just something that last year I wasn't ready for. I wasn't ready for it. I hadn't gone through enough. I hadn't experienced enough. I hadn't done enough. I had to go through some more lessons. I had to learn some things. I had to be able to tell other stories. So I'm just saying, like, that's the killing thing. And because I'm gonna be on the stage, and this is me speak. Do you understand? I'm manifesting this right now. This is me on the stage talking to people like y'all will never believe it. It was on the 16th of August that I was sitting on a live, and some people said, man, you should do this live. And I said, okay. And now here I am in a room full of people listening to me tell the story of how you really, come on, God, how you really can manifest the life that you want, deserve, and desire. It, it's just that simple, y'all. And if it's spoken, then it's already done. I'm not worried about it. Everything will align. Everything. And if it's God's will, then it's going to be done. And can't nobody stop it. That's just my belief in things. And so, again, the Lord allows y'all to see it. Like, Real life, real time. So, me in prayer, Lord, what's next? I don't know what to do next. And the thing about it is, it ain't even about the money. I just want to be able to show people. I told y'all this yesterday. 10 of Pentacles. Come on, Mimi. I just want to be able to show people, like, man, you can speak something into existence just like that, and it'll happen. Do y'all know that probably by the time Monday comes, I'll have this set up where you can actually purchase a ticket on Monday? Why? Because that's how quickly God works in my life. That's how quickly I know manifestation happens in my life. Like I just know it. But how do you? Because I know. Because I trust God. Didn't I tell y'all earlier that I had a real heart to heart conversation with God? Like I was in prayer this morning, y'all, and the prayer was so deep. I just told y'all I couldn't even speak it. I just had to pray it in my spirit because I was like, I need today. And just like that, God answered me through y'all. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a whole booth out there. I hope somebody taking notes. Cause I ain't somebody write this down. Listen, having tarot and oracle cards set up there. I want other people to come there. If you have a product that you would like to sell, you could have your booth set up out there. Like y'all, this is not just about me. This is me helping other people gain exposure. It's why I be like, come up here and tell your testimony. Come over here, like come do this. Like y'all come do this, but I can't force anybody. You understand that this is actually manifesting right now, y'all? Like, I'm not making this up. I can't even make it up. And I don't know why I know it's going to be in Atlanta, but it is. That's where it's in Atlanta. What's the date? I don't know the date yet, but it'll probably be, I say, what's going to be a good date? What's coming up? It's not going to be till next year. We going to have to get, because this is going, but it'll be at the beginning of the year. This will be my first ever. This will be how I bring in 2025. Once again, the gratitude that I have for y'all in my heart. This will give me an opportunity. Okay, let me order some tarot and oracle cards, because there's going to be a booth outside selling those. There's going to be spirit near merchandise and apparel, because it's manifesting. Because it's manifesting. Guess what your ticket is going to include? Your oracle deck, your card, your deck of your choice. Like, that's just the way the Lord works in my life, y'all. When I tell y'all prayer works, it works. When I tell y'all that I be like, Lord, how can I be how can I be beneficial? If for no other reason to say y'all ain't gonna believe that this dream happened, because I was sitting on a live telling people. I was sitting on a live just chopping it up, having a conversation. I think I need to come to you to give me a reading one day. Child, listen, that's a lot. That would be a lot to do. That would be a lot to do. Come to me. Child, you have to come way to San Diego for that. I would rather go to people. Man, I'm telling all my business, ain't it? Is I'm y'all, and guess what? I don't care anything about it. Because one thing for certain, well, I'm gonna say it again. I'm telling all my business. This is not new. Okay, this is not new, y'all. None of this is new. It's not new. This was all stuff that the Lord started traveling terror. Look, I was finna say there's a couple of y'all who was maybe on here with me last summer. And I talked about this last summer. Touche's traveling tarot. Because they ain't one touche, so you can't take it. What you gonna do? Well, you can go do it. We're not gonna have the same customers. We're not gonna have the same clients. You remember Touche's traveling tarot? Why? Because I was traveling all over the place and I was doing this. Come on, God. Come on, enlightenment. I can't make it up. Last year, because I was driving so much, I was like, man, I just need to get a big old rig. I was talking about I should have got my CDLs because the Lord had me traveling so much. And I was telling people, I was like, man, y'all think it's a game. I wish I still had it on here. I had gone so far with it that I had put dates on the calendar. I knew the cities that I was going to come to. I'm not making this up, y'all. I knew the cities that I was going to travel to. Atlanta was on the list, but I thought that I was going to be based in Dallas at the time because I was in Texas at the time. So I thought that Dallas was going to be my home base. So I thought was like, oh, the first place I'm gonna go is to Dallas. And so I even put places I put it on my calendar and everything where I was going to be doing an event. I think I had 6 cities set up at first. Atlanta was one of them. Atlanta. I was going to go to Mobile. I was going to do Dallas. I know I had San Diego on here. I think I was going to do Houston. And then there was one more because it was somewhere in Florida. I can't make it up. Last year. Sure did. And for whatever reason, I was just like, no, it didn't end up working out because I just was going, I wasn't ready. It wasn't time. It may have been Hollywood, Florida. It was somewhere down there near Miami. I thought I was gonna live in Hollywood, Florida at one time. I looked at places there. Anyway, I'm back. So just saying, y'all, like it's not new. Like it literally, remember I told y'all, I think it was this week, I was like, man, I would much rather come to people to do because I like to fly. I would much rather come to people if you want like that kind of consultation, right? If you want to book that kind of consultation, I would much rather me fly to you than you fly to me because it's a lot easier for me to travel. Come on, 1111. It's 911 on my side. Can't make it up, y'all. Okay, Lord. Look, how can I serve? That be me. I do it. It's fun for me. I'd rather do it in a group because it's better in a group, right? This is why even with personals, like I do coaching, but I like to do stuff in a group because it's so much manifested. I can't make it up. Confirmation. Just like that. Okay, Lord. I'm gonna need you to add Chicago to the list. Just come during the summer or fall. Y'all playing. I will be this. I will spend. I'll be like, okay, Lord, because just like that, the Lord will start giving me the insight, and I'll be like, okay, I'll do my first one in Atlanta, just because I know that that's where it would be. I don't know why. Okay, Lord, manifest it. 12, 12. Just saying, y'all, like that's the way the Lord works, and I just receive it. I'll be like, all right, Lord, I'll do it. So people, because most of y'all are on the East Coast or either in the Central Time Zone. It's not very many people over here on this side. I just prefer California. So y'all done gave me work to do. Y'all done gave me work to do. I receive it. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I, I don't know. Oh my gosh, how would that even? I have no clue, y'all. The Lord will have to say it. He'll have to show me. Um, you know what I'm gonna do, don't you? If you say the wrong thing, huh? You know what I'm gonna do, don't you? I don't know what that means, dear one. Um, yeah, it'll be sometime next year. Las Vegas, all the major cities. I think Las Vegas was on the list before. I think it was. I tried to do like mostly major cities where but I know for sure that the first one will be before I set up anything else. I know the first one will be in Atlanta. Come on, Africa. I ain't never been there. It's on my bucket list though. I don't even know. Y'all, it's gonna be so fun because now I done started to get excited about it. And if I start to get excited about it, then that means it's getting ready to manifest because I just started feeling some type of way about it. Now it's like, oh, this gonna be so fun. And yeah. And I still need to do some podcasts. If y'all have a podcast, and I would love to I would love to, so I can promote it. I don't know how to do all that stuff. Anyway, it'll work out. I receive all the amazing energy, love, and support. I'm so grateful for y'all. Yes, yeah, and I'm so grateful because shout out South Africa. We've been to talk about it. We're gonna talk about it in the CU community because y'all gonna have to help me because some of this again resources, right? Um, Chicago. I need somebody. I hope somebody's writing this down. Child, I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna need a whole nother because I ain't wrote none of this down, but now I got to go write all of it down. Um, yeah, just so because I'm gonna listen. Let me write. Hold on, I'm putting to Chicago on there. We start in Atlanta.